The night shift. When the world sleeps, someone has to stay awake. These three workers learned that some things only come out after dark. Route 9 Gas and Go, open 24 hours, population 847. The kind of town where everyone knows your name, your business, and what time you get off work. Marcus Chen had worked the night shift for 8 months, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. The pay was decent, the work was easy, and the regulars were harmless. The truckers stopping for coffee, the insomniacs buying cigarettes, the one guy who always came in at 2 a.m. every night. Exactly 2 a.m., never earlier, never later. Marcus never got a good look at him. The man stood at the edge of the parking lot lights just outside the window, never entered the store, never bought anything. Just stood there facing the building for exactly 12 minutes. Then he walked away. Marcus asked his manager about it once. The manager, a 60-year-old named Doris, who'd worked days for 30 years, just shook her head. "Don't ask questions about the 2 a.m. regular," she said. "Some of us have seen him too. Just don't look directly at him. And never, ever take his picture." Marcus laughed it off. Small-town superstition. Probably just some guy on a weird sleep schedule. But he started watching the security footage. Every night, 2 a.m., there he was, standing in the same spot, never moving, just watching. The camera quality was garbage, black and white, grainy, half the pixels dead, but Marcus could see enough. The man's proportions were wrong, too tall, arms too long, and his head, it seemed to track the camera, even when the camera wasn't moving. One night in October, Marcus got brave, or stupid, depends on who you ask. He pulled out his phone, opened the camera, pointed it at the window. The man was there, standing in his usual spot. Marcus snapped a photo. The flash went off. The man outside didn't move, didn't react, just stood there watching. Marcus looked at his phone. The photo was still processing. He waited. The spinning wheel, the loading bar. Finally, the image appeared. Marcus felt his blood go cold. The photo showed the gas station interior, the chip rack, the coffee machine, the register, and reflected in the window, clear as day, the man wasn't outside. He was inside, standing 3 feet behind Marcus. Marcus spun around. The store was empty. Just him, the fluorescent lights, and the hum of the freezer. He checked the photo again. The reflection was still there. The man, inside. Right behind where Marcus was standing. Marcus called the police. They came, took a report, checked the security footage. The 2 a.m. regular appeared on camera at 2 o'clock, stood for 12 minutes, walked away at 2:12. Never entered the store. The photo on Marcus's phone showed something different. Marcus quit that night. Didn't even collect his last paycheck. Moved to the city, got an apartment, found a job where he never had to work past 6 p.m., but sometimes, at exactly 2 a.m., his phone buzzes, a notification. No app name, no preview text, just a number. 2 o'clock, every night. He's too afraid to open them. The Meridian Building, downtown, 42 floors of offices, conference rooms, and the kind of beige carpet that makes you forget what day it is. James Okonkwo worked night security, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. His job was simple. Walk the building every hour, check the cameras, make sure the expensive computers stayed expensive and unmolested. The building was supposed to be empty at night. Keycard access, motion sensors, the works, but buildings make noise. HVAC systems, water pipes, elevators moving on their own, responding to phantom calls from floors with no one on them. James got used to the sounds, learned which ones were normal, which ones meant he should check the cameras. Floor 7 was always quiet. The marketing department, desks, whiteboards, that one-corner office with the view of the parking garage, nothing ever happened on 7. Until the night James heard footsteps behind him. He was doing his 2 a.m. round. Floor 7 hallway checking the conference room locks. The footsteps were soft, distant, coming from behind him down the hall he'd just walked. James turned. Empty hallway, fluorescent lights buzzing. He kept walking. The footsteps followed. Not matching his pace, slower, deliberate, like someone was taking their time. James stopped. The footsteps stopped. He walked faster. The footsteps didn't follow. He checked the cameras from the security desk. Floor 7 hallway, 2:15 a.m., empty. Just James walking, checking doors. No one behind him. The next night, same thing. 2 a.m. round, floor 7. Footsteps behind him, this time closer. Close enough that he could hear the squeak of rubber soles on tile. James spun around. Hello? Nothing. Empty hallway. But the air felt different, colder, and there was a smell, like old water, like a basement that had flooded years ago and never quite dried out. James called it in. Building management sent a maintenance crew the next day. They found nothing. No leaks, no mold, no explanation for the smell. The third night, James brought a flashlight, a big mag light, heavy enough to hurt someone if he needed to. 2 a.m., floor 7. The footsteps started before he even got off the elevator, not behind him this time, in front of him, coming from the east wing where the bathrooms were. James walked toward them, heart pounding. Flashlight held like a weapon. The bathroom door was closed. The footsteps stopped. Then the sound of a sink running. Water. Someone washing their hands. James pushed the door open. Hello, building security. This floor is closed. The bathroom was empty. 3 stalls, 2 sinks, 1 mirror. The sink on the left was running. The mirror was fogged over like someone had just taken a hot shower. James turned off the water, wiped the mirror, and froze. Someone had written in the condensation 3 words backwards so he could read them in the mirror. Don't look back. James ran. Didn't wait for the elevator. Took the stairs down 42 floors. Sat in his car in the parking garage until the sun came up. He called in sick the next night, and the next. On the third night, his supervisor called him. James, I need you to come in. Something happened. The night guard who'd covered James's shift, a 22-year-old named Tyler, was missing. His car was in the garage. His keys were on the security desk. His flashlight was on floor 7 outside the East Wing bathroom. The security footage showed Tyler doing his 2 a.m. round, floor 7 hallway, walking toward the East Wing. The elevator at the end of the hall, the one that had been out of service for 3 weeks, dinged. The doors opened. Tyler stopped, looked at the elevator. The camera angle didn't show inside, but Tyler's face, his face went white. He backed up, turned to run. The elevator doors closed. Tyler was gone. They never found him. Never found the elevator car he entered. The out-of-service elevator had been locked on floor 1 all night. Empty. James never went back to the Meridian Building. He moved states, changed careers, works days now. Construction, sunlight, other people around. But sometimes, when he's alone in a room, he hears footsteps behind him. Soft, distant, and he remembers what the mirror said. He never looks back. TechStream Solutions. 24/7 technical support for whatever company outsourced their help desk this quarter. Routers, smart fridges, that one printer that never works. Aisha Patel had worked the overnight shift for 2 years, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. The calls were fewer at night, but the problems were weirder. People who'd forgotten their passwords at 3 a.m., people whose smart homes had turned against them, people who just needed someone to talk to while the rest of the world slept. The call came in at 3:33 a.m. Aisha noticed the time because it was the 3rd night in a row, same time. Same caller ID, unknown. She'd gotten the first call 3 nights ago. Picked up, standard greeting, silence on the other end. Not dead air, she could hear breathing, slow, rhythmic, like someone was asleep with the phone pressed to their face. Aisha waited. 30 seconds, a minute. The breathing continued. She hung up. Next night, same thing. 3:33 a.m., unknown, breathing. The 3rd night, Aisha was ready. She'd talked to her supervisor. They told her to document it, hang up if it happened again, and they'd check the logs. 3:33 a.m. The line rang. Aisha answered. TechStream Solutions, this is Aisha. How can I help you? Breathing, slow, steady. Aisha waited. She wasn't supposed to engage with prank calls, just document and hang up. But something about this breathing, it didn't sound like a prank. It sounded patient. Like whoever was on the other end had all the time in the world. Is someone there? Aisha asked. The breathing stopped. For a moment, silence. Then a voice, whispered. Barely audible. I see you, Aisha. She hung up. Up. Hands shaking. Checked the caller ID again.